are training, oftentimes we have to manage expectations, not of the people that we're training, but of our boss or our supervisor or whoever it is that has assigned us to this training task. But we have to manage expectations because the reality is you cannot communicate as much to the audience as you think you can. A lot of times they'll give you hours and hours of stuff and say, here, you've got 15 minutes, go out there, get them excited, and get them to know this stuff. And you cram it all in, PowerPoint, bullet points after bullet points, page after page after page, and there's no way that they're going to memorize all of that stuff in the allotted time. The reality is turning on a fire hose of information and dumping it in your audience's lap has never worked and will never work. Manage expectations. Your boss says, hey, I want you to train on these things. Say, okay, well, that's going to take me this amount of time. I'm going to have to do several sessions. Because here's the reality, is that learning and listening is hard work. First you have to hear it, then you have to understand it, and then you have to put it in some context. Does this make sense? How would I use this? What am I going to do with this? And then you have to find a way to retain it so that you can use it later. And all of that takes a lot of work. And if just dumping factoids after factoids after factoids in somebody's lap, they're not going to remember it. And even if they do, they won't process it in such a way that they can put it into practice later. So more than anything, manage the expectations of what is possible for you to not just communicate, but for your audience to listen and learn and retain